go. All right, good. This is a bit soon after the last one, considering my usual rate of videos, but um, I mean, I don't really have a schedule or anything. This is just gonna be whenever I feel like watching, I guess, or also whenever I feel like no one's gonna come in and hear me talking to myself. So here we go. Oh, and I just want to. You're not gonna see this a lot because of the way I'm sitting, but look at this nice panda. Isn't it cute? I'm a little fan. I think it's like a bamboo thing. I had to. I mean, there was a bunch with um the cherry blossoms on it, and I couldn't resist. Well, also, and there was a sun, moon, star sort of thing, so I can't resist that either. And then I was like, I'm Asian, I have to get this. So there we go. Um, this is not placement, but I feel like I should mention it's. I think it's Sakura Cat Designs. I don't know why I did this. It's just I got it off their Kickstarter, and they're cool. It's so cute. Anyway, this is not what this is. This is supposed to be about more Winx. So let's open that up and see the next adventures go. Which, by the way, I looked up. Well, I skimmed quick. I didn't actually look into much. The parents, the dad was a firefighter in the cartoon, which is funny. He was a firefighter, and he just went into a house to, help stop that fire, and found a baby. So they just had a baby. It was basically sort of accidental baby acquisition. They just found a baby in a fire. He was like, okay, save baby, and then that's how they adopted the baby. So I don't know if they knew she had magic at that point, actually, as I thought before, because but they could have, but I don't know. Also, I checked the specialist. I had to do a quick check because I needed to know randomly the name. Yeah, it is Sky, Brandon, Riven, and Timmy. I thought I was making that up, but his name is actually Timmy. Which is, I don't know if I remembered it or if it was just that I was, thought of a generic name and found Timmy. But Timmy's his name. So, I mean, he doesn't look as dorky as someone as remembering, because he is in the specialist uniform, so he does know how to use swords and shit. But still, I've Timmy. Also, the other one, his name is Helia, the one who goes to Flora later, and I think that was one of the ones I thought was cuter probably at that point. I don't remember his name, but I definitely remember he didn't like to he's like the nephew or something of Saladin? Was that it? I mean, he looked like a wizard. I don't know if Saladin was the name of the head of the specialist school, but he didn't want to fight. He's like a pacifist. He just wants to draw cute pictures of pigeons or doves. I don't know. They're very cute, and that's what got Flora's attention and stuff. So that's why I liked Flora, because they were both into animals and stuff. So that's what I remember. And now just info dumping right here. Also, I somewhere in here I remembered, because the headmistress is called Headmaster Dowling or whatever, but one dude called her Farah, and I think Mistress Farragonda or Headmistress Farragonda. I think that was what they called her, so I think it's Farragonda. So Farah is nice nickname for that, yeah. Right. So starting this, see what else happens, and also I'm probably not telling anything. Is this trying to play the first episode again? No. What's the first episode called? Actually, I'm seeing now. To the Waters and the Wild. Okay, so the next one is No Strangers Here. Let's see what this is. Coffee. Saul? Someone called Saul walking with Miss Aragonda. Seeing the Blackwoods Massacre. He's saying something about bringing back memories, seeing a burn one. There, that falls. kill. Why do you have a? Well, yeah, okay, fine, kill count, but that just seems weird. That everyone knows. Didn't you give a kill count? Hell yeah, 13 of them. All right. Oh, wait. Apparently, they're strong enough that this dude's Saul. I think that's the. I don't remember his face already, but I think it's the specialist leader in this series, Saul. Um. Um. Apparently, he says 13 personally, so they're pretty hard to take down. Apparently, if they fought a whole bunch of them, and 13 is only what he got, and he's saying that it's amazing that um, the headmistress can still take one down on her own easily after all these years. Well, she thinks she got lucky, but oh, how much like how much Xanax did you get? Oh, enough. It should be out cold. And I'm remembering he got force lightnings by Beatrix. I think not killing him. It seemed like she was like, oh hey sunshine, we're gonna have like fun to get so not those words, but that kind of vibe. So it's probably still there. It could still be there. Unless they're just gonna find it gone. So yeah, the barn's outside the barrier because they're going out the barrier to go to this barn. God, this barrier. No guards on it whatsoever. And nothing to keep anyone going through it. Or even at least monitoring who's going through it, I guess. Because no one's worried about that. There's like oil drums in it. Is this a very... I don't know why I expect fairy things to be different, I guess, than earth things. Maybe just because they keep making weird comments. But it's like an oil drum in there. I mean, it could hold something other than oil, but... She's gonna try and go into his mind. She's hoping it's just a one-off, that it's just wandering by itself and not part of a group. Is that a cool magic-y necklace? Or is it just... Oh, I guess her eye glow thing is white. She's going like this. Okay, she sees the shepherd and chasing Bloom, but no other flashes in its head, and then... Oh, it's pissed. Okay, I do like the opening credit thing with the wings changing into different, like, fire and earth stuff. Electric toothbrush. Yeah, today you get to learn to use magic. You know, you could have waited the 24 hours before starting shit in the forest, but you decided that's too much. Not a lie detector, just emotions. All right, because like I'm not describing anything more. It's Tara and Musa, I guess, doing the Musa's sharing memes, and Tara's like, "Yes, I saw it. Oh no, wait, I didn't." Oh, so she's asking if Musa can figure out if people are lying. Um, so I guess it would just be like, well, I guess like any. I think lie detectors are actually more about, you know, um, just listen to your heart rate as you go. So it's just like if you get nervous when you're telling a lie, that you'll know. So if someone's totally calm. So I guess it's the same with Musa. Just like if she feels that, if they feel guilty for telling a lie, that'll be like a weird indicator. Like, why did you say that? It's totally the truth. Why are you feeling guilty? But I guess Tara's trying to figure out their Musa's powers. What's going on? I guess that's a way to see. Okay, that was a weird. She started changing clothes. She's like, so if I was trying to start change my clothes for the day, and Misa says, no, I feel it. I don't know if she was saying, I get that maybe you're uncomfortable, or if it's she's like, yes, I feel when you change your clothes. Like, it'd be weird. I don't know if there's a specific emotion to picking out clothes for the day. I mean, there could be, but it wouldn't really tell you that. That seems weird. I don't know. And then, he's just like, oh, should I turn around? And like, she's like, no, I got it. And she goes to the bathroom with the clothes. Like, I don't know what that conversation was. That was weird because the thing is, Musa was not looking at all. Tara kept getting her attention to make Musa turn around. So if you just wanted to change clothes, you could have done it when Musa was not looking at you and looking at the wall. So I don't know what that was, but okay. Oh. Um. Okay, I guess this is just storm life. I don't know, because the stalls in this bathroom. I guess to go with that fact that there are 5 girls living in one dormy thing, and even if the bathroom's just there, so it's 2 stalls, and Isha walked in and just sat down and started peeing, and even Tara's like, "Oh, you're just peeing from me, okay?" And I was just like, "Is that weird?" And kinda. I'm gonna say kinda because I mean, I've never experienced any dorm life, so maybe that's just a thing that you get used to. It's odd to me. I don't really. I mean, it's not like this is showing anything. The camera's on her, and she just got the robe and she sat down and peed. But she's not wearing anything under there. Not that needed to, but she sleep underwearless. I don't know. Oh, she's not used to getting to the swim team. All right, sure. Tara obviously wants to be alone while changing, which this me. I don't want anyone staring at me when I do this. When it was in school, we had like locker rooms and stuff. I did that thing where I mean, I guess going to the bra was enough, but I mostly put the shirt on and then you take it off or put it on, change things underneath. It was not like, I don't know, doing it in front of people. But I guess different activities, you just get used to that. Sure. Oh, the nursing cell is gone, yep. Oh, and I should have just stripped and went to the shower. Tara's like totally avoiding looking, but that's. Oh, Stella sneaking in. All sneaking in. Okay, Misa's just like, oh, is that? It looks. Oh, that looks so something like so yesterday, and oh, is it the same designer? Because she's obviously coming back in yesterday's clothes. So that's right. I somehow already forgotten how much of a bitch Daryl is. This is like oddly hostile. And like you did go out and go have sex with the dude just because you were jealous he was talking to someone else, even though you haven't talked to him for months on your own account. But if anyone gets near him, You know. He was just saying about the fact that oh, those things. I didn't think those things are real, like the burn ones, and they're creepy as hell. And I thought we were like it was gonna kill us or whatever. And Sal's just like, okay, what about my ring? Like, it is important, and especially if it's like some big magic ring, and if it's like a family thing, because well, like I don't know if she still has sun and moon connotation things like in the cartoon, but it did look like a sun fashioned like with beat rays and stuff. So it could be fairly important, but it's just funny you're skipping past the fact that you were okay sitting out there like, yeah, we thought we were gonna die. Okay, but what about my jewelry? I don't care about your lives. I care about my jewelry. Like, that's hmm. Okay, yeah, she is a princess. Because he's just like, calm down, princess, and don't use my title as an insult. So yeah, that's she's still princess, but don't tell me to calm down. Okay, her mother's the queen, and the ring you lost is one of the crown jewels of Solaria, which is the king. Yeah, they where Althea is set according to that thing. They are in like it looked like a continent, but I guess it could be one big country, and the Althea was like right near where it says Solaria. So and there's no border things on it, so it's got to be the entire country that they're in. So she is apparently princess of all that. The crown jewel of Solaria. Then why did you give it to a girl just to get back at her for fucking talking? I don't know if she would. She didn't get close enough to know, so I don't think she really cares if Bloom was actually flirting or not. Just talking to your dude is enough that you're gonna give the crown jewel, one of the crown jewels of your kingdom, to her just to get back at her and not care if she dies. So cool. Oh, that might not mean much to a first worlder. I was like, which yeah, but again, the whole weird thing with the first one, because if she's like one of the only ones, I guess it's just like, well, your backwoods ass wouldn't care about this, even though you're the only one for like centuries, I guess, that came out of there because of chain. If the I don't know. Still don't understand about this first world thing, but okay. Yeah, I should. She's like, she just feels like she's like, how big of a mess up, the screw up that you've lost it, and she comes in like, wow, almost as big a deal as giving it to her in the first place because that's what you did. You just for revenge first. Well, now I'm quoting Avengers, your imagined slights because she does not. But okay, so Dowling doesn't know that she lost the ring. Oh, that's. How did you explain how you got back? Did you say that? I guess it didn't matter because Dowling was the one who opened the door to get back, anyway. So, I mean, whether Dowling knows or not because of all that, but if Bloom didn't tell her that she lost the ring and she just thinks, okay, she got into a panic and couldn't open the gateway while the thing was chasing her, so I opened it to let her through, but she still has whatever way that is, so that's not known. So, um, Dowling's not going to know to look for the ring on that burned one. If he still has it and Beatrix didn't take it, because Beatrix got there first. So, also, does it have pockets? Because it just looks like a freaking zombie thing with all burned skin, though, and stuff. So, does it have pockets? If not, it should have just been easily on it. Does it know to wear a ring? didn't stuff it somewhere in his body. Just went the prison route. It's up areas. No, don't think of that. Anyway. Okay. So she's like, I didn't tell Dylan I lost it. But we can go and ask her about it. And Stella's just like, no. No, we're not going to tell anyone, because I guess no one should know about that. I'll figure it out after class, but until then, no one says anything. Like, oh, I thought she's gonna. What is this, a fucking secret that binds this one to those together? Because. Oh, God. She's going. Stella's going to rooms. Like, can you go because Tara's not in this conversation. So, like, can you go make sure Tara knows that? Okay, she can never keep her mouth shut. Opens door. I'm pretty sure Stella doesn't care if Tara knows that's what she thinks of her. So that's not the embarrassing part of opening the door and seeing Tara there. What's weird is that going by the fact that Stella pushed the door open, because I don't know the map of this place yet. But there's a bed, and there's definitely like a mirror, a circular mirror with things coming out of it, like a sun. I'm gonna guess that that's Stella's room, and Tara so much needs to find somewhere where no one can see her get dressed that she went into Stella's room. I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't have the balls to do that. Like, even if I needed a place, I would start like dressing like under my robe or something. I mean, and Aisha eventually left the bathroom, just like waited out. Even come on, close the door. Just admit, I don't want anyone to see me dress. Like, this is not against you. Just I have that issue, and I don't want anyone to see me, so I'm going to get dressed behind this door. But no, she went into Stella's room, and just seeing her get the final, like, she's mostly dressed like I think she's wearing a dress, and then she's putting like something just slightly over it, like an overall, but like an overdress sort of thing. So it's not like she's not dressed. But it's just there Tara is. I mean, Stella's look cool with that, but Stella's look cool with anything. So, oh, there's Beatrix. Oh, tell Professor Harvey I need a stronger dose, is Dowling saying to her secretary. So I guess Professor Harvey must be the one doing that Zantac. Wait, that's Sartac? Zantac sounds like Xanax. So maybe that's the point. But I guess Professor Harvey deals like potions and stuff. I can guess. And Beatrix goes to. This is the second time in 2 days, bitch. Just, but she's going to a headmaster place. You look so well rested. That's okay. It's a little odd. Okay. So Dylan's like, why are you here and not going to the stone circle with the rest of the escorts? Going by the trailer, I guess the stone circle is where they're going to start doing magic-y things for figuring out their powers. And Beatrix is, her face kind of falls, like, oh, well, I want to see if maybe you wanted an escort. Yeah, I'm sure the headmaster needs an escort from the first year to get to the place. That's probably, since it's probably a regular thing. Beatrix, what are you up to? Why are you so much trying to suck up to this headmistress? I'm probably gonna go between both of those. I don't know if there's one better or not. Someone to help carry the vessel. What is the vessel? That she knows about already, I guess. And she's like, I have an assistant already. I don't need another one. So, and that's I'm calling him the secretary, but yeah. Oh, it looks like a pensieve. I'm guessing this is the vessel they just took out of a cabinet. And he's just like, aren't brown noses just a little more subtle usually? I mean, at least they're not just ignoring them, just like, dude, but I'm not saying it to her face, but just like, dude, what does she want? She wants something here. Beatrix, what are you up to? Oh, it looks more. Oh yeah, it kind of looks like dotted stones, like big stones, like person height. Some of them, but dotted around, and then dotted in like a circle around, and then there's one in the middle. So they're all sitting on like low stones. That's the second circle. I guess those are lower, and then the middle one, I guess, is where the vessel seems to be. They're just saying magic is in nature and stuff, and it's magnified within a circle of stone. And the vessel tests your ability to channel that magic. Huh. Oh, okay. So it says that you can maybe learn to connect to other elements as you go on, as you get better with magic. But your first year is all about the element you were born with. So, okay. Gonna have to deal with more fire bloom. Say earth, and they brought Terra forward. Oh, she's making a plant grow out of the vessel. Looks empty, so soil, sand, rock, and all manner of plant life. And Aisha's doing like weird. It's like kind of going like DNA, but without the spokes between, but the helix thing. To two strands, water, the lakes and oceans of the world, or the molecules that exist in all organisms around us. Oh man, Aisha's just gonna. I mean, she's already badass, but she's just gonna learn to do more shit. Just because last time she pulled the water out of the earth and just down. So, oh man, there's gonna be some like epic CGI to make her shit. The mind, thoughts, memories, and dreams from Yusa, which is all reddish. She's wearing a red thing. Still said it's not music and sound because that's cool, but although she went more in the, lots of. I don't know why this is my DJ hand motion, but because like she had these big headphones, even as part of her transformation, I think, and because it was all about the music. Oh, okay. She's talking about air, speed, temperature, sound, and it's Beatrix doing force lightning between her hands and smirking. It's I don't know, whatever. Oh, it's power and electrical properties, so it's an air thing. Okay, here comes Bloom for the pot, I guess. Now, does anyone else know she's a fire fairy? Is it gonna come up if anyone knows about burned things? Although they got like, wait, it's daytime. Why do you have like braziers or like little? It's like iron, things, and then there's a bowl on top, and then it's this fire. Why do you need the fire? That I guess maybe is. I don't know if they're doing a weird elemental thing out there. Why do they just have fire out there? It's daytime. It's sun is out, and that the fire does nothing, at least for light, so or warmth. It's far away. So what is it? But they're around, so sure. They're gonna go out of control, aren't they? When she does it, is it just for that? Boom. Got two hands on that thing. Her eyes are. Oh, yeah. Her eyes glowed and. It's taken a bit to go. They're saying push past the doubts, but. Apparently, everyone else just did it automatically. It's the fact that it's taken a long time. And Ferdigonda saying to focus on positive feelings, but she's not had a lot of positive feelings for the fire. The only way she brought it up before was thinking of the fact that she burned that room, and so anger and sadness and stuff. So I probably fear also. There's probably a lot of fear when she was dealing with Aisha in the forest and not being able to control it. So they're saying, "Oh, think of your parents and how much you love them," but it's not. That doesn't seem that's not how she's brought it up before. So I don't know if that works. Stop thinking. Magic comes from, and then it cuts off. Yeah. Okay. She's like, can you please move on? It's not happening. I'm just gonna go, I guess, be the only one who didn't summon magic. Yeah. She's I'm either on the verge of killing everyone or I can barely light a match. It's not a lot of between. Her power seems to be all fueled by the negative ones, which I think they said negative and positive fuel this, so that's. But they seem to think the positive should be first. I mean, if that's how they're introducing it, that's not usually how a lot of magic works. If you ever see anything, it's always it comes up in bad situations, and then you have to learn to use it positively. But they're trying to open up the positive first. I don't know if that means it's usual or they're just trying to. They want to try and teach them that track first, and not have them lean into negative just to get the magic to go. Oh, okay. It's like, oh, distraction can cause magic to be erratic. Turns around to walk away, just like, am I a changeling? So, I mean, there's people around. So you didn't go to her office and talk about this. You just burst at the end of class. And Dylan's like, where'd you hear that? That would have been too hard to tell me my parents were my parents. Saying it out loud like that, I mean, probably yes, but also, I mean, you've already just basically told her, yeah, you're a fairy, this magic would take you to another world, all that. So I really don't think that would have been the biggest news. And you could have, you know, broke it to her better. She's like, oh, but I didn't want to burden you with too much too quickly. That was 3 months though. You got her used to being a fairy, and then you brought her to a new school. Why didn't you tell her you had those 3 months to settle her in on the fact that her parents were her parents? And if you didn't want to do well, her parents were there because she's apparently had bad experiences if she burned them, and you knew her after that. So that maybe you didn't want to tell her while her parents were there. Well, you really should have. That is the thing you should have done. But if you didn't want that because you didn't want to be with all the magic thing, then you could have told her when she got back. But you didn't. She had a day to then do stupid things past the barrier, but you didn't tell her for one thing what's past the barrier. But also you didn't. You could have then told her this. Like what? Oh, because school's the next day. I mean, there's a lot of time. You could have had this to go, and you didn't. I'm sure that. Yeah, it was like, oh, so then instead you let me learn from teenagers, the most gentle and reliable source of information. Because it's good thing I was Aisha. Aisha definitely seems to care better than from Musa. Musa's okay, but some of the things it's probably a bit rough. But although with her emotion thing, maybe she could have known how to go that. But anyway, yeah, you didn't say anything, and it's something that just Aisha just knew. I mean, it's something that the other fairies just know would happen and could figure out from her telling a story. So, that's gonna be a thing. She's asking if she's asking if she knows who her real parents are. He's like, I don't, which is another reason I didn't want to tell you. Eh. I mean, I get that you say you didn't because you won't have an answer if she had asked. Well, she is now asking. You didn't have an answer, but still, like that's. Oh, I don't know the answer, so I'm not going to tell you the other piece of information connected to that, which I think are probably true because it doesn't make sense for you to have this power connected to human parents. So it's just like, well, it's not great. Other people like if there's like things like closed options and stuff where no one knows who those parents are and they can't get that information. They're like, oh, I didn't tell you you're adopted because I didn't know who your other, your natural born parents were. So we're just gonna not tell you because we can't answer that question. And they're like, well, no, that's not. Even if you don't know who my parents are, you know it's not you. And apparently it's important enough that I need to know this, and you're just not gonna say it. Just weird. Mm. She's like, what am I supposed to do? And she just says, Paragon's just like, yeah, you just go to class every day, learn, grow, and the answers will come. There's really nothing else you can do. I'm gonna guess there's no DNA registry anywhere where she could figure out who she connects to. Oh no, who maybe knows because maybe all of them are just fucking have 23andMe things because everyone here is apparently got an Instagram. We're connected to, the first world to make comments. So, which I still don't understand. That'll come. Anyway. Yeah, the only thing is you gotta learn your freaking magic because you're so worried about it. That's the only reason you're here, right? You're like, I only came here because I have no other choice and I gotta learn how to control this. But again, she just decided to do it on her own. She can't figure it out in 5 seconds. I'm gonna go into the forest, and now she can't do it in front of the classes. Like, move on from me trying to do this. It's not gonna work. Like, you have to actually try and learn if you want to control it. It's like, oh, Krypton and vague, just like everything else in this place, which fair. But specialist training. Fucking Rune saying sweep the leg. So, do they see movies? Tell me. I mean, wait, no, they have Instagram. What is their connection to this first world? Because they're like, oh, first worlders do that because they're not from there, but they all also just apparently have shit from there. So it's so backwater, it's so crap. These horrible Americans were going to use all this stuff. I'm confused. And, we only have 40 minutes to go. But it looks like Sky's getting calls from something. I think it's him because Riven's looking at the phone and like scoffing, but I don't think it'd be his own phone. So probably, let me guess, it's Stella probably. Oh, this guy's like, can you be 50% less of a dick to Riven? And he's like, I'll be 50% less fun. I was like, people would actually want to be around you to have that so-called fun. If you were less of a dick, I'd just... But two black guys at a sprained ankle day one of fucking specialist training. Yeah, because if you're a dick and you're all learning to fight, people are gonna want to use those skills on you. Okay. I don't want to say this phrase, so I'm just gonna skip it. But I don't. Yeah, you're cool bros, whatever. Oh! Oh, wait! Was. Oh, that's whose phone it was. Okay, because comes over and picks up the phone. So it's his phone. He was in the ring, I guess? Was he in the ring? I wasn't checking. Um, but, I mean, some girl suplexed him or something. But, so, it was probably, considering the last episode, Tara, and for some reason, I guess he's scoffing at Tara texting him. I don't know. Okay, so for some reason we're just like, get off the phone. Which I mean, he just did a thing and he came over to his own stuff. He's just like, get off the phone. And so dude's like, and I would listen to you because fucking just like, because he said something next to him. And it's like, because you full creeped on my Insta last night and haven't told anyone. Okay, for one thing, if you don't have to tell anyone. Okay, that's not. Oh, I'm such the pinnacle of niceness. I haven't told anyone. You don't have to tell anyone. You don't have to be a dick and do that. But that's brought up now. He's like, oh, I was just curious about all the second years, and then my finger slipped. He's fucking saying his finger slipped, and he like the open shirt photo. I think it was the open shirt photo ribbon on his Instagram. Okay. Wait, he's like, I'm feeling generous, but I'm not. I may not be feeling that way much longer. What? Generous about what? You don't have to say shit. So what? This dude like the photo? Is what's that problem? Is there a thing here about this? Is this a world of magic and fairies and still that's not okay? I don't know. First piece of advice is choose your friends carefully this year, which is probably saying don't view Tara, considering he didn't seem to like Tara all that much. And that was before she choked him, which I mean, slightly deserved, but he didn't. They didn't. That he's probably telling her that, right? Telling him not to be friends with her. Second is to focus. Oh, I guess Cat is says you fuck Cat with your limbs and you lost. Cat was probably the girl who just bumps him into the vet. Yeah, you need to focus, man. I mean, yes. Uh, what now? He called over dude Mikey. Oh, he's gonna show him how good of a fighter he is, I guess. To show, look, I know what I'm talking about. You gotta listen to me. Well, dude, you just jumped up, wrapped your legs around, and fucking flipped his ass. Alright. I mean, Mikey was a bit bigger compared, so, you know. That's why I'm saying not strength and shit. Oh, okay. Stella's gone to Sky saying where would they keep it? Probably if they say the burn one and the bird one is still alive, she probably wants him to find that because he's like, I could break out a few specialist maps. There may be places that would tell you where you'd have something secured. She's like, you know, this would be easier if you told Miss Dowling. Like, yeah, but she's gonna get in trouble because she wasn't supposed to be handing out that ring if she even supposed to have it in the first place. I think so because she just told Bloom I have this ring, but you know, who knows? She took an oath to the Queen of Solari. Oh, because she'll tell Mom. I can't tell Miss Dowling. She'll tell Mom that I freaking gave this ring to someone. It'll probably come out why. And that she lost it and a burned one has it. Yeah. Because you told the girl to go outside the barrier. In any contest of loyalty between me and my mom, I'd be second to Her Royal Highness, my mom. Yeah, but also not even because that's the queen, because you just fucking lost property that you probably weren't supposed to be giving out, and she's of a thing of it doesn't even have to be a thing of loyalty. This is your mom, and I don't know how old all of you are. If you're just second year and the first year 16, then you're 17, 18 years old, and yeah, she's gonna be telling your mom, but it's not even because she's the queen. And that's a bigger deal now because, she took an oath and that. But oh my god, you sound so bitter about it in in a contest of loyalty. In any contest for Dowling's loyalty, but why should she feel loyalty to you? I guess you've known her for a year. She's your head mistress. She's not. Yeah, she's supposed to protect you guys, but apparently you're doing shit. She's gonna tell your parents because your kid's in her school. But she is this showing she's got parent issues. I guess she's that bitter already. You know what my mom will do if she finds out I lost her ring? Apparently it's bad. She's really upset. There's like catch as she's talking, and Sky's like, yeah, I know. So I guess it's really bad. I don't know. Or Stella's made it should very much seem like it's bad. And they're having a thing. Thank you for letting me sleep over. Oh, and she's. Is that Saul? Is his name Saul Silva? I hope not. At least his dude right now is called Mr. Silva, and she's hugging him how to play it off like, oh yeah, tell me when you know what from the Celtics rune quiz, because no one can know about that other shit. So oh, and he's like, you don't have to lecture me. I'm already lecturing myself. And he's like, I don't think you're gonna be. You're probably ignoring your own lectures at this point because I just remembered that this is his father figure. This is and and so because he's like, she's not as bad as you think. So even this dude is just like, I don't think you should be with her, or like this is not a good idea. Probably because he's been there the entire summer while this dude just pined away and wondered why his girlfriend left him. And it's like, well, she's comfort. Is that what he said? So, or she's familiar, and so there's comfort in her being familiar. But he says, but discomfort is where growth lies. And I guess this guy said he promised his dad he'd look out for him. So it's even more than that. He knew his dad. That's another reason why he's he's like, oh yeah, and my dad would say the same thing. He's like, no, you're not exactly. You'd use a lot more profanity. Wow, it's a lot more cursing at you. Celtic runes. She's. I guess the mom's asking about classes. She's like, the classes. What do you want? What do you want me to say? Let's see. There's these brown textbooks look like exactly the same, which I guess I'm not used to. I'm used to all the colorful bigger ones. But then these are like leather bound. So Celtic runes, magical flora and fauna. They just look like The same exact leather kind of type of thing. Actually, how did they? I guess Miss Della just came up to them and told them that there's a special school in the Alps for her. Because actually, how did she just go? I don't. I wonder how that conversation went. Mom's really on board with the roommate idea. I guess the human interaction thing she's saying. She really likes that Aisha sound who described her as like an overachieving athlete and a morning person and she's just Mom's very happy to have that as a oh, they're talking nicer now than any other conversations. Oh, that's nice. The mom said a watch. Put it next to pictures, and she says, I think she said the watch. She says her time clock, but I mean, she was touching the watch, so maybe that's it. Set to Switzerland time, so she'd know. She's like, oh, it says it's almost time for bed for you and all that, which it's daylight, so, but I mean, I know she's not really in the Alps, but I'm wondering how much this lie can keep going when they have like they were FaceTiming and stuff. Um, which apparently the connection goes through to portals, you know? She can still talk to. Is that a special magic feature they put in, or is it just phones just scan? There's no explanation. I don't think. But. Oh, Beatrix going up to Riven. What'd she call him? Lurky stoner guy. I mean, yeah. I'm, I don't like you, but that is very true. Oh, she just put her arm through his, which he seems to be put at least because she just walked up to him and said like, "Oh, your name's Riven," and put her arm through. Okay. I guess, wait, she didn't get his name before. Just yes, I will breathe smoke from your mouth, but I don't know your name. You seem like a proper delinquent. Oh God, Beatrix wants his help breaking into Delling's office. It's day two. What do you want in there? It's obviously bigger than just like that dude said brown nosing because I mean she did shit with the burned one, but I mean come on. It's like I thought you might want to help. He's like, why would I want that? And she's like, because you're a guy and I'm hot. Like she's so confused. Like that's the obvious reason, right? There's nothing else that could. Or did I misjudge the depth of your character? Yeah, I mean, I guess. I assume misjudge that means that he has to have more, but I mean, I've not seen much, so I can get why she thought that was just gonna be it. I mean, I thought it was just because he would want trouble. It seems like that kind of asshole, but he's like, what will I get? She's like, guess we'll see, won't we? I mean, if it's just gonna be sleeping with him, I really don't. That's just actually just gonna go with what she said. So maybe he's gonna try for different, but or maybe he'll play into it because he seems to want to be that asshole. Because people say be better, and he's like, no. So Aisha's mentioning that the vessel just kind of lit up. It says lit up for you as soon as you touched it to Musa. You know, it's like her magic's like always on. That is one of the things of empaths that you can't turn that off. It's always going where everyone else has to like activate it, right? Oh, she's saying how crowded spaces are a nightmare. And I guess she's doing now the demo that you always have to do. She's look her eyes glow and she's looking at Doris. Doris is apparently in physical pain. Oh, I think she's that kid, and I think that's Dane, if I'm remembering faces again. Scared and stressed like a bunny when hawks circle. So he's because Riv is an asshole and is making him think something's gonna happen. We're I think that's Tara's dad. She's saying he's worried and sensitive. He's just walking across. He's then she's like, but that might just be heartburn. It's hard to tell a lot of them apart. She's seeing someone who's on his phone. This gentle music plays. Oh, who's that? Is that she's paying attention to? You know, you're just like slightly smiling. What just happened? It definitely looked like a just watching it, trailing off, watching a guy leave. What's that? Oh, I should mentioned the changeling being in front of Terra and Musa, so who's like, oh, so everyone knows now. Cause like, oh, that's right, you haven't filled in anyone in Terra's rambling now. Like, oh, that's gonna be the easy sign-ups we'll have. But oh, she's like, oh, that's why you're having such a hard time. At least she's realizing also at the end, she's like, oh, and I'm making it worse. She's rambling because it's not. Because Musa's just like, no, no, no. Like, oh. So actually, Tara didn't realize Musa's giving her like, no. And Tara's like, oh, that's oh, I shouldn't be saying something. And Stella comes over with a map and sky, topographical map of Althea in the legend. There is a big lake right there. That can't be the lake by the specialist because the lake is specifically a huge ass rectangle. Oh, but it may be outside the barrier though, because the river's there. If that's the school, maybe that's the barrier, so the river could be just inside of it. But okay, that lake, yeah, maybe really out. There's, but not a lot of the rivers in the barrier. Is it just fucking Aisha swimming in and out of the barrier? Hopefully not. Oh yeah, the little dotted line is the barrier, so I probably should wait for terrorism. That's Crag Creek. Wind Meadow? When I was a kid, I'd spend every. Or. Oh, I thought that was that though, because. Oh no, that's the dotted line. Okay, so the barrier's not fully. Despite the fact that when it opened up, that Althea looks like it's maybe like in its own uh snow globe thing with the way the barrier is shaped. I thought that little thing was Althea, but that's just a small section. So, because this dotted line is actually so that okay, so it's a bigger thing. This dotted line is huge, but it's not perfectly circular, so I don't know why the thing goes. Oh, that must be then where the stone circle is because it's shaped the same. Because she's pointing out a wind meadow that's outside of where I thought Althea was. but she wouldn't go outside. Tara at least wouldn't go outside. And if she was playing as a kid, the parents would notice, so that has to be inside the barrier. So, Wind Meadow. Okay. So Aisha must be swimming just in that one portion of this map, and still that lake is still outside the barrier, so wouldn't be something she could get to. This guy's sitting next to Bloom and has to try and it's probably gonna come up, right? Because he's now sitting next to her still, of course, giving looks, but like Tara's distracted with by demanding to tell this story. Um, and it's like, oh, Stella told me what happened last night. And I'm like, are you gonna tell her how she told you? Because she came to your room and then slept there in the same room where Riven sleeps. So, you know. Stella's giving side eye. Oh God, called him up so that she could put her hand on his arm while talking to him and have Bloom watch. Although he's looking down like, oh, but this is very Mean Girls. You know where Regina like has to have him now and is like making sure to touch him in front of Katie, you know, to show the ownership. Now she's doing that. Stella's doing that with Bloom. God, this has now become Mean Girls. I really don't want. Okay, so he's saying there's only so many buildings outside the barrier that they can secure a creature like that. Apparently, just a random small barn. That's a really small place, actually. But I mean, I guess it would make sense that they wouldn't have a lot of buildings out there. I mean, not any that are in good repair, at least. The barn? Oh, okay. So either so Sky's saying it's either the barn or the what is it? The barn and the mill. And Tara's definitely saying the barn because apparently her dad fortified the beams because he's training this wounded horse there. When she was little. So okay, so yeah, so the barn would at least be some which why was he training a wounded horse there when she was little that she knows about? Considering again, what the fuck's outside there? I guess they just had to put the wounded horse out there. Why couldn't they? If it was found out there, but why were they out there? Again, because everyone's like, don't go out there, don't go out there, it's fucking dangerous. But these adults are out there, so what are they doing? I don't. Why is there a wounded horse out there? I mean, okay, maybe Tara wasn't out there. She just knows that the dad was doing that out there, and he was telling her, oh, there was a wounded horse. But why was there a wounded horse out there? I mean, I guess they do go after animals. They fucking took out that lamb. Lamb. The sheep was in the fucking tree, man. And intestines were out. They do shit to animals too, so they could have tangled the horse, but and I guess they still have protections on those buildings. Can the burned ones not get in? Because, you know, I don't know. We just have to sneak in there and get my ring. Still cutting off the story, but whatever. She's just like, yeah, strangely how casually tossing around the word we. She's probably gonna say, well, no, she can't say something like, she can't say, oh, or I'll tell someone, because no, that's the exact opposite of what she wants. They were the ones offering to tell, so what's she gonna try and, she's probably going to, like, threaten them with something, but what exactly are they threatening them with? Because he's like, because he's just like, it sounds like more of a you kind of deal. It sounds like, I didn't lose it. Yeah, but it's definitely your fault some shit went down, and we could get it easier if we tell someone. and you're not doing it. So I still think it would be a you kind of deal. This would be much easier if we could say shit, Stella, but you don't want it. So I think if you want it and you don't want any help from anywhere else, then you should go do it. Of course, Bloom's like, when do we go? Because she wants to be involved, shit. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna be blunt and good because she's really not getting it. Boom, you have zero control over your magic. You're not gonna be a help outside the barrier because you don't know anything. And that's if you manage to channel, because if she does, she's just gonna lose control. She's like, I lost the ring, I'm gonna get it back. Guys, like, maybe we should like hold on a second, and so I think everyone is making a bigger deal of this than it needs to be. I mean, including you, because you suddenly made it into a thing of loyalty to the queen from the fucking headmistress. So like there must be a contest for her loyalty in this ring. So I think that. Oh, is he? I've already forgotten the name. But the rest I mentioned, I thought was potions. I guess it's the dad. Maybe he has earth powers too. Again, I have not actually seen guys cast any magic in here, so I have no clue. But she says, I'm pretty sure my dad is distilling this oil that'll subdue it because I want to make sure it's like, yeah. So, I guess the dad is the one doing it. That makes sense. Zanbak. I could probably make. Oh, Tara's gonna make some Zanbak oil. Okay. Thank you, Tara, for being helpful, and thank you, Bloom, for taking responsibility. I still think it's all your fault, bitch. I think you should be taking some responsibility here because you kept saying, "Oh, they think I'm a monster. Oh, they hate me," and she's seeming all sad about it, and apparently, supposedly feels guilt. But I'm not seeing any of that because right now it just looks like I'm covering my own ass, and I'm making everybody else responsible for it. I don't know why I'm supposed to feel bad for her. There's hints that she's got a deeper thing, but she's not showing it. She's only showing it to Sky, which could mean that's who she feels vulnerable with. Or, again, because she still is like, this is my property, I can't have any other girls be with him, but I didn't want to be with him for the entire summer either. But now that he needs to be moving, if he plays any attention to someone else, and apparently she did something to some other girl because they were talking to him. I don't know if it's I can be vulnerable with him or I'm using what's seemingly being softer to manipulate him. And I don't know. Am I supposed to like her? She's making it all bitch like, thanks for nothing to the rest of them because none of them seem to want to help. Like, why? Because they don't have to sign up for this. They could easily tell an authority figure, but she doesn't want it. That's. Yeah, they don't want anything. I already feel this frustration with Stella. There's still half an hour to this, and I'm so sorry. This is gonna be fucking. Is this somehow gonna be longer than the last one? With this less rambling about comparison to the show. Oh God. Sky's catching up with Bloom. You don't have to go along with everything Stella wants. So you are too. So there are other options, are there? Don't do it just because she's got a strong personality. Oh God. He's like, oh well, I'm the one who lost it, so it's my responsibility to get it back. And he's like, oh, Two strong personalities. Got it. I guess that's what you're attracted to, considering these are two girls you're gonna be torn between for, like, ever. Oh, and she says, clearly you have a type. Yep. Okay, so I guess he's open up about, because he's like, before, when we talked the other day, he hadn't talked to Stella in months. He's like, yeah, we dated last year. We had a sort of rough breakup. Rough breakup. Pronounce words. And it's like, and what? Are you gonna say then? Like, I just don't want you to think I'm that guy. That guy? She's like, I'm Sky, we just said yesterday, I don't think anything about you. So what kind of guy do you think? Because were then, okay, I don't know if you slept with her. Maybe you just slept in a bed shirtless with her. So you couldn't see anything below a sheet. But, I mean, you know. Like, okay, that's fair enough. Although they're having a awkward thing. Oh, okay. She's like, look, the thing with you and Stella seems complicated, and my life needs less complication, not more, right now. So, oh. And then she walks off, and he stares after her. Yeah. Although, oh god, that is a tall hedge! Like, that's a doorway. If the doorway is a bit over 6 feet, but so let's say 6 though. This at least 4 times the size of that little doorway. So, God, that's tall ass hedges. That'd be amazing to be around. Riven's in the office, and that's Beatrix. So he's saying that she did headmistress takes 30 minutes for lunch. Her assistant Callum gets 15. She's like, someone's done this before. Yeah, if you already have that info on hand. What did he freaking last? Oh, well, he's taking her alcohol, so. You see a vape anywhere. Talon took mine, and Beatrice just like cell phone judgment going, a vape? Every time you see a cool, you see something that ruins it. I was like, it's still weed. Also, go smoke a joint. I mean, she's looking at the bookshelves, so I'm gonna guess. Um, yeah, I'm gonna guess that she's looking for the secret entrance. The dude's asking whether she wants like test answers. Like, what else would you go? I don't know if you go to the headmistress office for test answers. You probably go to individual um professors for that. Although, I mean, she was teaching that one class, but I don't know if she teaches that regularly or she just does some of the stuff for the first year classes. I don't know. Didn't seem like there was homework in there, so I don't know. But there could be. But I don't know if she does the regular first year classes as this. But either way, she's like, oh, the test they give now might as well be written in crayon. At least you have a higher opinion on what the other things were. Although, I mean, you've been here for a day, your first year. So what's going on here? Looking for the shit they don't teach. The secrets. She's got the force lightning out. Electricity just the I don't know why she's electrifying wood, but whatever. The history of this place is a lot darker than Dowling and the rest of the faculty want us to know. I mean, I mean, she says shit regularly, like a very similar, like can lead armies and rule kingdoms, right? I mean, that's not usually a light thing. So definitely there's some darkness in there. So I don't know why you're saying like that's a big secret. Like, of course, when you say shit like that, it sounds like there's some dark magic. You just it doesn't seem like there's another school, so anything is going to be well, whatever. He calls her a hot, fucked up history nerd. They're just gonna be the. Is that a confusing archetype for you? Also, I remembered the name of the. I don't remember all the names of the witches now. It's still Icy, I remember, and I don't remember what the other one was. But I do remember it's Darcy. That was I think that was the one that got with that kind of spelled Riven to be with her, but also not. I don't know. Um, yeah, Darcy. Which I mean, I did think she looked the coolest of the three ones. I mean, besides, I think purple was her thing. So apparently, it turns out purple's my favorite color. But she had like the long dark hair, and so like Icy had the white bluish hair in a huge ponytail, and then the other one had who Stormy. Was her name Stormy? Because Icy had ice powers. It's like their fucking name. And but I think Stormy, that's her name, had like this big poof of hair, and she had the wind powers. And Darcy was it seemed like darkness, but I guess it was mind powers as well. I think she was more into that. But yeah, is Beatrix kind of like a Darcy situation? Beatrix and the three witches were called the Tricks. I don't remember why, but there was like the Winx, because they were the Winx Club, and the witches, oh, the Tricks are coming, and it was I guess, Tri Witches, because it was three of them, the Tricks. I just remember that she's Beatrix. Is she like all three of them in one? Well, she has the electricity, which would be closer to the stormy power. Storm powers. Ice. Let me see. I see Stormy. The Tricks. Yeah, Darcy, Stormy, Icy. So, there we go. I don't know how you find. Wait, it's a whole thing of the Tricks, but the only one listed is Icy. There's like, oh well, there's also Darcy and Stormy. We're gonna have no things on who they are. We're gonna have a whole thing on Icy's powers. It's fine. But yeah, they were the Tricks. Oh, something about their distant cousins. Oh, there was a thing where like there was like some thing of three witches did something, and they're like descendants of each of the three witches, so kind of distant cousins, but see it. But yeah, that was. Oh no, actually. Oh, Story actually looks really cool. Now that I'm seeing her. Like, I still don't know about Icy's hair. That is like, because it's not just a ponytail. It's like a thin thing, like it's like you stuck a rod to her head and the hair comes out of it, like that tightly done. But Storm actually looks really, really cool. But I think I liked Darcy. Oh, and they had their initials in them. Like with Icy's, just kind of look like band because it's the I and then the thing. Oh, that's on a lower thing. You can't really see that. I mean, like I, and then that. But they have it on their chest. There's a D and an S. I didn't. They just put their initials on their chest. Not sure why. All right, sure. Okay. Right. So she may just be I mean, like I said, powers with air and electricity is like a stormy thing. Oh, actually, I didn't check what Darcy's powers were. illusions and darkness and I think mind stuff. Darkness, illusions, hypnotics to confuse and control her opponents. Yeah, she. So like it was more. She didn't like make us like have a special spell to get Riven. It was kind of just her wheelhouse anyway. Are they gonna do it in the office? Oh, okay. Oh well, they didn't show them to me, but they kind of like he's sitting in the big chair, and she comes over, and they put their arms around each other. So I guess they're doing it in our office. Oh, it's gonna be the delinquent duo, and she definitely has some bigger things, even though he just seems like a douche with drugs. So, oh, guy sit at Misa's table and Misa leaves because, well, yeah, fair. She's trying to put on her headphones. It says mystical twinkling, and her eyes are going. Is it the dude? Did he just like walk past? Where was he? He's like walking down the hall and she turns around, but where was he? Because his back's to her. Oh, there he is. He went from the side. Oh, and she's smiling. Maybe he like. She is confused. Maybe she can't feel him like everyone else. Either he's putting out a unique emotion that she's like now attracted to, or she's sensing, or maybe she can't feel him. Maybe, which I guess would be like a novelty. Like I guess kind of like Edward with Bella. Besides the, blood singer shit. The fact that he could not hear her is like a novelty because you hear everyone and it's a problem. So if she feels everyone, it's a problem. If someone could like block it or mess with it a bit, that would be something. She's walking after him. He doesn't even notice her, and he I guess disappeared into a doorway. The door didn't move. Well, I mean, it's already solidly closed by the time she gets there, so I mean, which means he could have teleported, but he could just gone through the doorway. But she seems confused, like he didn't go through there. So, and ethereal music plays. Oh, the music is playing right after. It's like it shows Bloom at a. There's a lot of plants and there's a waterfall. It's going in each ear. It's a bit disconcerting. She's going to the stone circle. Oh, there's like a lot of gems in there. Oh god, this has been going on for an hour and a half. Okay, let me put a sign up so no one comes in, maybe, or at least I don't know if that works because I put one up and no one's come, but that doesn't mean they didn't see. Okay, well, hold on. Okay. All right. But yeah, there's a lot of crystals in this bowl. I do like that. I like lots of things in magical shows. I do like, you kind of want all this stuff now, but I like that bowl. Sparks coming out. I guess she's. Is she thinking positive emotions though? Okay, clear. Control our emotions. We can learn to control our magic too. So, clear mind equals emotional control plus stronger magic. Positive magic. It says last longer. So I guess negative can make it come up, but it's not as lasting. It's not. I know in a lot of things, I don't know if that works in a lot of other things, but I know. I mean, anger does make it seem like it's stronger, but it may just be a burst, though. Just like, it may come in a big wave, but that doesn't mean it's sustainable for long periods of time. Which I guess maybe here positive emotions do that. In the I don't know if they do it here. Here it's just fairies exist. The other one, fairies at some. Well, it became a long-term thing in the show, in the cartoon, but it was like your whole thing is to destiny is to then become a fairy protecting certain things, and I like, like I don't know, full fairy godmother, but kind of, because they got the big wings that look more stereotypical, like of a fairy protecting things, and I don't know if they do that here, but that would have been a thing in the show where it's positive magic because you're supposed to be happy and protecting the world with this, and doing that with anger and stuff is really not conducive to that kind of thing. But let's see where this goes. So she's positive emotions are very important. Okay, she apparently wrote most of this in black and then just in red. Clear mind equals emotional strong magic, and positive magic lasts longer. I don't know why she switched to red in the middle. She didn't highlight it. She just decided, let's switch to red, and then 2 lines later switch back to black. I don't know. Oh my god. Stella's in there going, I hear you're broken. Bitch, come on, why? In more ways than one. Bitch, why? She's like, I'm still gonna help you. It's like, but I prefer. And it's like, yes, I'm thrilled, but I prefer we wait until you aren't completely useless. Why? She doesn't need to help you. She apparently feels responsibility for this, but a lot of it is also on you. Why do you feel the need to say this shit? She's already gonna help you. She's already you don't. Why should I feel sorry for you at all? What's... Okay. Let's see. Try and read this stuff. Positive movement. Okay, positive emotions are very important in magic. It is equally valuable to. Every time I pause, the freaking Netflix thing comes over to like. Are you equally important to learn your own self? It's equally valuable to learn your own self when you understand yourself and your something you understand the something to magic. Sounds like you can't think your way into magic. So she's like the notes aren't helping because you can't figure it out through notes. So I was like, yes, I know it's all about clear and positive emotions, and she has a whole page dedicated to them. It sounds like, wait, you made a list. Should you make a list of positive emotions? I was like, what's on it? Your favorite ice cream flavors? Otters holding hands? Stella, why are you such a bitch? Oh my god. It's like, oh, maybe the time your mom was proud of you for winning Little Miss, I don't know, Rubbish American Town? Again, I don't know where you're apparently from here. What the if you hate it so much, what were you doing learning all about the first world if you fucking hate it? Which I guess if she's a princess, maybe she learned all about it, but she have to take weird shots. Oh wow. You gotta take your mommy issues out on here? She's like, oh wait, probably not the last one anymore, huh? About the mom being proud? Deal with your own mommy issues. Don't start putting it out on everyone else. Oh, she knows about the changeling thing. That's right. She said no secrets in the suite. She's like, oh, considering she's not your actual mom? None of this is making me like Stella. Why? I'm sure at some point it's gonna be she's secretly nice, or the guy's right and she's there's a side to her she doesn't show. But you know what? That's not me. So really, I can hate you freely because all you're showing is you're a bitch, even when you're one on one with everyone, except your boyfriend, who you just keep trying to steal from other girls. So really, I think you're just trying to get him to sleep with you more, so she doesn't be, because he's yours and he can't be anyone else's. Okay, okay. The way she's circling, getting close. Possibly what she's doing here is to actually piss her off. Because the whole thing is she doesn't. Well, from there, I don't think she knows she set fire in the forest. So her Bloom has not used any magic yet. Yes, part of emotion is what they show, but for one thing, she wants Bloom to use powers now so she can get that ring. So she's not worried about if Bloom learns magic the right way. So if she pisses her off and can show her that she can use magic, then she says she wants Bloom to be able to use magic to help her with this thing. So because she's circling, she's like, do you really actually care about what your not mom thinks and all that? Okay, she's possibly purposely being a bitch right now to piss her off, and then magic will ignite and Bloom can get clear. Like, the whole thing was don't think, just do. And okay, I mean, still not better because you're apparently supposed to be helping her unlock with positive emotions, and you're not doing that because what you want is to get your ring back, and you don't care how Bloom learns magic or whether this is long lasting past this. You're just gonna worry about right now and your own mom issues. So the strongest magic comes from the worst emotions, anger and rage. What, has she been using her own resentment here to probably power the little lights she uses to take Instagram photos? Because it's funny, she's a second year. The first of her class says apparently in the notes that positive magic, positive emotions last longer. The woman's been saying use positive emotions to unlock your magic. She's going directly against the first class Bloom's ever taken, so yeah. Oh, put your worthless changeling hands on that bowl and feel it. Worthless changeling hands. Can we stab her yet? I want to do it. I want to set fire to Stella. Oh, yeah, fire came out. Fucking burst. Now, direct it in Stella's face. Direct it in her face. Okay, Dylan's back in her office. Saul is there apparently, saying there's no other sightings of burned ones according to his contacts in other realms. And I think that's the dude. Is his name Saul Silva? That's alright. It's like it's a dude. Is it a fluke? But it's a dangerous fluke. The capital prison is more secure than ours. Do they have a prison? Maybe he's talking about the specialist. I feel the specialist could have a prison. But I'm also just going to say that currently their prison for the burned ones is an old barn. So yeah, any capital prison is going to be more secure than the old barn you got just past the barrier. And the queen would scan its memories if you asked. Yeah. This queen's going to be, fucking paying attention. She's like, this is my school, Saul. Like, yeah, it's a school and there's already gossip. Like, yeah, it's your school, but it's not the biggest portion is not the fact that this thing's at the school, which is important because there are kids there. But, the barriers are only around the school. Is there a barrier around the capital as well? Or is there just... Because is anywhere safe? Or are the burned ones for some reason just around the school? That's actually more iffy because again, they could move it. Unless it means if they move it, that doesn't matter. I know Beatrix looked into the history, so there's something here that for some reason can't move. But if burned ones are just a school issue, then I guess that's why she says she doesn't want the queen. Because if it's all around the country, the queen would be, want to know about this. There's just around the school. That's still very strange. Because why is it only around the school? You're telling me you can if you get to the capital, there's no barrier there. So there's just a radius around the school where the burned ones keep track? They just stay in there? I don't know. Also, my hands I'm doing like this. I'm doing a lot of hand movements that probably are not up that I don't notice. But then, you gotta tell the queen. You gotta tell the leader that, by the way, there's dangerous things out there. Why aren't you saying anything? What's my school? It's a bigger issue than just a school. It's only a matter of time before the kids cross the barrier to find it. Yeah, because they're crossing the barrier to smoke weed, okay? They're crossing the barrier for tons of ridiculous shit. So they're already crossing the barrier. I think it's just a matter of finding it. Not even before the kids cross the barrier. They do that all the time. Wait, okay, so say let's do the safe. So let me arrange Queen's army to transport it safely. Then it moved to a camera moving over the forest, so maybe they're going to do that. I think I see vans going over not a road. That's definitely just grass, so... So I guess she agreed. They're going to move that thing with vans. Oh, this road now. There wasn't they went over this entire field with no road, but they found the road in the middle of the forest. It's like, stop, something's moving around out there. Someone walked past the camera. Is it a bird one or just someone walking out there? It's similar get up to Beatrix walking in, so it could just be her. Because it's not moving like a burned one, like a monster. It's moving just like someone in a cloak. But that was definitely creature growl thing, so something's out there anyway. Has he got a gun? Yeah, fuck it. Okay, this dude's with bows and arrows, but it looks like he's got like an AK-47 or some shit. I don't know. That's a sword. Never mind. It's from the side. It definitely looked like he was getting a gun. No, he's just. It still looks like a freaking gun from the side, but apparently, the next shot has him showing the pummels up, so that's a sword. But still don't know why they had. So more than a day's past one episode. Good. You're just gonna do an episode. Oh, she's got cute. She just got cute mirrors. Like, oh, I mean, she has pictures of like beaches, which is understandable. But she's got 3 mirrors in the shape of dewdrops. Just so like it looks like 3 mirrors like they're falling. That's lots of, and I mean, Stella's got like a sun whilst they're theming. But I like that. I don't know why. Just like the more subtle water things. Oh, her crappy notes on there. The next one has harness emotions. I don't know why that apostrophe is there before emotions. It's like harness, Lex line, apostrophe emotions. I'm not sure why. Use anger is like circled like 10 times. Fear, is Stella right? Question mark. These are the worst notes. And of course, just for someone to look on desk too. Intensity, underline. Let yourself feel? What is... What if I cannot control it? is still right. Just telling. By the way, if you need to look into Hermione, you don't need a mind reader. Just go to her notes. She'll plan out. By the way, this is what I'm thinking. Gotta include anger. It's all Stella's fault because I already put her name in the notes. It's just like just need a glance. She's like, I don't know what Stella's. She's like, I don't know like what Stella's teaching her. And he says, oh, jealous much. Why is a friendship with Bloom so important to you? Our roommate's supposed to be friends. And Muse is like, I'm no one to comment on that because her roommate's Tara, so it's a bit iffy on that. Mr. Green Jacket. He's trying to. It's so weird. I can feel him around the corner, and when I turn around, he's never there. But obviously, people see him, so he's not like a ghost. So he's just moving around. And. Oh. Her eyes are glowing. There he is behind me. And I just look. Oh! He can walk through walls! He's a magic user, so maybe maybe they do have guy fairies here. Because the specialists don't seem to be using any magic. I think they're just the brawler people. We just walk through the wall. In Earth Fairy, she's like mystery solved in Earth Fairy because I guess so. He just I guess controls the stones to allow him to pass. Like, I'm not superficial, but is he cute? I should just went, oh, what's your name? And he's like, oh, this is panicking. Like, what are you doing? His name is Sam. And he's like, what's up? It's like it came out of nowhere. And he's just like, I hate you. I hate your children. I hate your children's children. Like, I already hate your entire line. Like, Aisha, I now curse them. Oh, you just have Muse been stuck you to his face. Okay. Muse just wants like dead. Oh, he's like, lucky me. It was Disdain and Tara in some. Oh, is he helping her make the Zanbac? Zanbac oil? He's helping her with in some greenhouse. I think that's what she was supposed to be making, so. They're having some nice banter. Oh, she's like, he wants to see something cool, and she's making it bloom. And this flower just swoosh, opening the pot. Which is cool when you see people have earth powers. Oh, and he's getting texts from Ribbon. I guess they have each other's numbers now. Are you training today, or are you too busy picking flowers? Dude, I think aren't you like doing the Beatrix? Like, it's an oil. Technically, it's an unguent, but very thin for an oil. But thin for an unguent. I don't know what an unguent is. So, but I guess it's not technically like oil's extracted. But it's probably close to that. Just viscosity. I don't know. She's trying to tell him sciencey words, but. Is that a Zanbac flower that she sprouted, I guess? Because she just cut it off and gave it to him, so I guess that's what they need to make the stuff. Oh god, he's got got sent a gift from Riven of the flout, like doing the, picking the petals, but probably like that, do they like me not thing. And so he's distracted. It's like, you know what? I gotta run. I'll see you in class. Why? Riven didn't actually even ask you to come by. You don't know what the fuck Riven's doing. And so you gotta leave her alone for this? Yeah, there's Riven apparently vaping, but with Beatrix in the room. So, what? Dane just left because he can't be friends with Tara now. Like, what? I don't understand why. Oh god, I've been showing what he sent, and so Beatrix just like, oh, homophobic gay bashing by GIF. Riven, why you gotta be that dick? Why? Why? So it is. If it is apparently even in the Fae world, being gay is a problem, so they're gonna have that be a thing. Why? World where all this, I think the burned one is the problem, but Dane can't check out a dude, which. I mean, if Riven's not into that, fine. But I mean, I know Riven's a dick anyway. But it seems like Dane's actually afraid. So, I mean, Riven's a dude that posts shirtless pics of himself all the time. But Dane's gotta be the one watching out, right? It's like, oh, I don't think he's full gay. I mean, mostly, but I don't actually care. Well, then why are you threatening him with things? Just because he's gay doesn't mean he has to be lame. Why? Are you actually gonna hang out with him? Because I mean, you've said two sentences to each other, so. Even Beatrix is like, okay, so you're gonna help him by making him feel bad about himself. A well-intentioned bully. And fucking Riven's just like, yeah, that's the plan. Riven, you deserve to have one of those fucking vans drive over you. That's my take on that. Oh god, and he's flirting with, oh, why is that a confusing archetype for you? Like she said to him. I guess then the door's to Sky is gonna probably come in, right? Yep, there's Sky. Huh! Wait, so he's like, oh, daytime about. This guy's like, basically like, why the fuck are you smoking in the daytime? You're gonna get in trouble. Also, if Silva catches her up here, you're gonna be in trouble. That's the issue? That she's there? I mean, you've had your girlfriend up there sleeping in your bed when Riven came in the night before. So you really have a leg to stand on and having girls in the dorm. Wait. So he says Riven's saying he checked to make sure Silva wasn't around. So he knows he's gone. He told Riven. I think he told Riven, or he just somehow heard. Either way, something about meeting up with a military detachment from Solaria. Like that's not suspicious at all. Is that? You drove like over fields, no road. You didn't just check the regular roads. You went then, and then he eventually found a fucking road to the forest. But is anyone supposed to know about a military detachment going through Slurry? You're so careful about no one finding that thing in the forest. You don't want anyone to know that something's out there. It's definitely suspicious that you had a military thing from Slurry come down. So. Had to go. Got a text. Had to take care of something. So, right. Where was I? Okay. So, Riven just revealed that um, he called Stella Sky's girlfriend. So Beatrice was like, "Oh, you're dating the princess," and then says, "Is it weird having sex with someone who looks just like you?" Oh, or is that kind of the point? Oh, oh, oh. Well, that's a thing that was just said. I mean, they are both. I don't remember Stella's blue eyes, but they are definitely pale blondes. Um, so. I mean, Sky's not amused, although Riv is. But if the Solarians are coming, then the rumors must be true. Yeah, they don't want to have gossip going on, but they'll just tell people, yeah, by the way, military's coming. So it is a big issue. It is, right? Because we just got that on. So yeah, they know, okay, they captured a burned one. That is true. And he's like, Solarian Prince is no joke. They're going to have to transfer it. Riv's kissing her neck trying to get her to do things, but she's like, no, I gotta go to the library. I mean, also, you're starting to do that with Sky staring at the two of you. I don't know if anyone's, if anyone is interested in that happening. I mean, I guess unless Riv was trying to get a threesome in, or very things like Sky to watch. I really don't think that's where that was supposed to be going, but you know. Guy apparently is like, I don't have all the time to tell you why all the reasons why that's a bad idea, just pointing to Beatrix that she left. So this guy's got, I mean, in a general sense, I don't know, is there something specific about Beatrix, or he's just like, you shouldn't be with her? Because I mean, she's not all that different from her, which I guess is not a good idea, but I mean, it sounds like Ruth just goes around with people anyway, so why is Beatrix specifically a bad idea? Unless they know something about Beatrix, I don't know. Apparently Bloom and Aisha are just looking, just like, they're in a very weird tense thing where like, oh yeah, I'm just eating chips on my bed and reading a book, and then Bloom's typing things where they keep glancing at each other when it's not looking, or it's like, okay. Well, I think Aisha has some swimming medals. Lots of some, I mean, yeah, athlete. I'm like, whoa, that's at least 4 on the walls. Little trophies up there. Oh, good, Aisha, break the silence. She's like, I don't think you should be learning magic from Stella. Her methods are unreliable. Like, yeah, because it goes against everything that was just taught in the first ever lesson. Right? You know, I mean, Bloom basically taking all the magic lessons just from Stella, because Stella's the one who said about emotions in the first place, and then she went into the thing and was like, I know I'm going to apparently learn about this tomorrow. I'm not going to listen to that. I'm going to go into the forest right now and start turning to magic. Oh, first magic lesson. Something Stella says, something that goes immediately against what I've learned here. I'm going to get from Stella. Why are you trying to learn from Stella, the one who also sent you into the woods? None of this seems... Why are you listening to her? Bloom doesn't look happy on that. Oh, how do you know about her methods? Like, I saw your notebook this morning, which is not going to come off great. Because even though, Bloom, you left it wide open on the desk in a shared dorm. I think it's a shared desk. I don't know if Aisha has her... Well, maybe Aisha has her own desk on the side. I don't know. It did leave it wide open. That's one of the things. If you leave it out in a shared space, even if it's just like an unlucky glance, which it was for Aisha. I don't think Aisha was looking through her stuff, but she went past the desk and saw it was like wide open, and there's very few words, so it was like a quick glance gets all the info. But so definitely not gonna take that well. But I mean, and so yeah, I wouldn't want anyone reading my shit either. But you did leave it open. I would definitely, if there's anything you want to hide, close the book. If they still read it, well then that's definitely on them. But I'm like, if you leave it open, it's still. So like, did you go through my things? No, it was open on her desk. Why were you at my desk? She's like, I was getting ready. At my desk? It's not the biggest space, Blue. I mean, maybe she shouldn't be looking, but also just like it's not the. Hi, Salem. Where the hell did you come from? Anyway. And she's just like, I'm trying to help. And who's like, stop trying. Why are you trusting Stella over anything? What is it about Stella that draws you in? You or Sky, because I don't see it. Oh god. Stella's in already because they're moving the perimeters of the capital. Where on him is this ring? Where? Where is it that it's on him and not with Dowling or Silva? Because they were in that room with him and you're telling me they didn't see it. Where is he hiding it? Also, though, if he is hiding it, he's all like Walking Dead here. He's burning all thing and he's like, rah, rah, rah. But to stealthily hide a ring from the two of them, because it's not like he just grabbed it because shiny and maybe there's like magic and he's attracted to it and he's got it. If he's stealthily hiding it enough they don't see it because he's just moving around, then there's definitely more consciousness up there that they got to be aware of. But if not, then how the fuck did he hide a ring on him? Where? They didn't fucking check him for anything? Even if it's just, we don't know who he is. Let's go through his stuff. It's weird. She's just like, nothing about how stupid that idea is has changed. This is still the worst plan. But they're going. Well, Muse is with Sam. I think, is he trying to guess what she's listening to? Because he said something about an angelic choir. She says no. Like cheesy song, slow-mo shampoo ad. I have just met you, why would I tell you? And he's like, I don't know, but... Is it Enya? Oh, okay. He's trying to get what he feels like to her, I guess? Because he's like, do I sound like Enya? I guess maybe emotions are music in a way to her? I don't know. What's he trying to get? Because I thought it was just emotion. She's using music to... If she concentrates on music, she doesn't hear other people. But maybe is music still incorporated? Maybe she does still feel people as music. And so it sounds her way? I don't know. Music's like, I don't know who that is. And he's gonna pretend she didn't say that. She says he sounds like the absence of chaos. So yeah, it's like a calm to her. He's not as maybe if emotions are actually sounds in a way to her, then he's quieter. He's not as busy sound wise. He just could still be Enya. Why does he want to be Enya? Not that I've listened to a lot of Enya, but I know it's a thing and something, but... Okay, she's like, can we please talk about your magic for a little while? And he says boring, but literally, he can bore through stone or dirt, anything natural. He's not meant to do it at school, but he did it in full view of the cafeteria, but... It shaves like 3 minutes off my commute between classes. She's like, what do you do with those extra 3 minutes? That amazing 3 minutes. He's like, I wander around and force emo empaths to experience peace. Which that pause is also in his, because he's like, he's like, peace? Like, he's not sure where to phrase that, but she seems to be happy about it. Oh, but cell phone, she's gonna be called into on this mission, isn't she? At least by Aisha, probably. No, Tara, need help in greenhouse. Please help. Oh. What could be happening in the greenhouse? That's her, like, domain. Is that her dad walking out of a greenhouse? Like, or not a greenhouse. Looks like a greenhouse shed. Like, it's fashioned like a greenhouse, like with glass and stuff, but it's a shed. Which I don't know if that's necessary. I don't know if you'd want more heat. I don't know, but maybe there's many plants in there. Maybe I think maybe there's to be tiny plants in there. Okay, so just, but is that her dad? I don't know if that's her dad. Looks like her dad, but it could be any dude that also has similar features, similar things. Oh god, Silva's moving the burned one. We have to hurry. So maybe she needs a rush on the oil or just move stuff. And she leaves the Sam dude thing, roommate drama. I mean, in a way, you know, I think more Stella roommate drama, but says, "Oh, it's fine. You'll feel me later." I know what he means. He just means the empath thing, but that was a weird. That's still a weird thing. He did mean it innocently. He does listen, but still. Oh, okay. I just saw the episode thing. Nudie Dawn says the students explore the powers and feelings. Women Stella team up for a mission. The burned one's reign of terror evolves. Ooh, that's not good. Army Barbie? Oh, that's what they call it still. Which, again, they know Barbie, so definitely seems like they spend time on the first world. Still no explanation what that means. Also, I'm really sorry. I think this is. Oh god, it's longer than the last one. Oh shit, we had 2 hours and I didn't realize. Oh. There's still 15 minutes left in this episode. What happened? Okay. Sorry. No one asked Aisha to come. Yeah, well, you're taking her your roommate out onto the fucking thing, alright? She's like, because Stella's like, you don't need to, we don't need you here. And she's like, what are you gonna do? Dazzle it with light while Bloom struggles to light a fire? Because that's the thing. I'm not sure what, I mean, yes, there apparently year one is definitely based all around their natural elements. So Stella's would be light. Now they do learn things apparently later, but it's also been first day of that year, so Stella's probably not learned anything the other elements yet. So she's just got light powers, which I mean, in the cartoon, we're still pretty powerful. I think Stella was pretty powerful. With light and stuff like that. But we've not seen. The thing Stella's a second year. She should know more than just selfie. Like a selfie light. But she's got to have something else, right? We've not seen her do anything though. One thing, Blue's like, I'm right here, listening to struggles light of fire. Also, Stella's just like, I fixed her. Bitch, what? No, she still doesn't know shit. And she's like, negative emotions are unreliable. They have limits. Your method won't help her in the long run. Which again, fucking Stella doesn't care about the long run. She wants her for this mission. She definitely does not care about what Bloom learns. She cares about what Bloom can do for her right now. Bloom's just like, neither of you are helping right now. Can please do this? Whatever. And Muse is like, everyone's calm collected. She could really feel that. I don't know where they came from. They weren't in the long shot, but and Stella's just like, finally. I guess Tara said she needed help with the Zan back. And they're walking through the barrier. show, don't tell. Okay, Stella, I mean, if that's the thing of this show. I feel like some telling should be necessary, but okay. Mystical twinkling. Muses. Okay, I don't think they're supposed to split up. So Bloom, Aisha, and Stella are definitely going through the door on the side. Is that a barn? It's all metal sheeting. That's how barns work? Expecting wood. It's a metal sheeting all around the outside, which now I remember, yeah, it was a lot of metal and, like I said, oil drums. Why is that in a barn? But Tara's wandering after Musa because Musa, the mystical twinkling happened when it was on Musa, and then she's going another direction, and Tara's following her because she's like, what the hell's going on? So Musa's feeling something, which it's possible whatever the burned one's putting out, the burned one could be putting off something else, or Musa's feeling something else in the area and decides to look at it. Because it's only 3 of them going in. It's metal sheeting, but it's wooden boards around that, so it's like a wooden frame, but metal sheeting was put around everywhere. And it's not there. They've taken a ready look. Stella's freaking out. It's not chained there anymore, and her ring is... Oh, my mom's gonna kill me. Okay, so Tara's checking on Musa. Musa's like, I don't... Because I asked her first, she's okay. She's like, I don't know, I feel something. She's like, what is it? Oh! She's like, it hurts. Something's... Oh, God. Something's up... Oh. They're seeing something off screen. They're not showing what it is. They're yelling for the rest of them. And Aisha and Stella are running. Why is Bloom still standing in the barn? Okay, she's just looking around confused, but I guess something's gonna have to happen. Oh. Oh. Okay. There are the trucks, and there's a trail of burned bodies. Yay! Fuck. Oh, someone's alive. Something's moving. Look at the tree. Or is that just like wind? Or is that one of the dudes adjusting and got caught on camera? If at least if they talk to him, fine. If not, it looks like he just moved, but I feel like they would have hopefully corrected that. So yeah, they know the burned one's definitely around here because they tried to move it and I guess they got attacked, or either they were moving it and attacked them, or it got out and attacked them when they arrived. I'm not sure, but and there's mystical whispering when it's Bloom. She's following it outside the barn. Yeah, follow the voices. No, okay, that dude's supposed to be moving. Oh, that's Silva? Oh, he's alive. Okay. I thought they were gonna rush to help him, but no. There's 4 of them standing in a line. Going, that's Mr. Silva. It's like there's him here, and in the background there's the 4 of them. And they go, hey, where's Bloom? They've been standing there watching. It's like, that's Mr. Silva. Don't rush to help him. Just leave him there. They're yelling Bloom, so that guy at least knows they're there. If he doesn't see them, he hears them. And Tara's like, with me, so okay, we'll watch after Mr. Silva. You go after Bloom. I guess they'll go help the dude. Aisha runs back. Bloom's not in the fucking barn. She's following whispers. They're saying Bloom as she's walking through the woods like a smart girl. Is it getting darker, or she's just deeper in the woods, I guess? Bloom. Let's follow the voices, Bloom. That's the same thing to do. Oh, something's running around in there. Oh, and then fucking someone's got a knife out because he's not. Yeah, Tara Harvey. So yeah, I think that was the name, Professor Harvey or Mr. Harvey. Yeah, so yeah, that's her dad who was making the thing originally. He has Earthlings ready. Okay. Oh, okay. He's got. I thought it was a knife, but now it's a longer thing. It's a sword, and while she's trying to identify themselves, he's like, "No, I know who you are. Just get back." Because now I remember they get scratched, right? They start changing, supposedly, and he remembers that from his dad. So he just doesn't want them close because if he turns, he'll attack them. He's probably trying to protect them. Okay, she's like, "The burn won't cut you, and you're infected, but we're gonna help." Oh, she's got the roots and vines, and she's pulling him back. So she's probably like wrapping up against the tree, so he can hurt them with a sword, but also if he attacks. Oh, his eyes are just like fully, not fully black, not fully. Just all the white parts are all black now. Yusa's eyes are glowing. She's like tuned in this whole time. So, yeah, that's. Oof. Isn't it? Is this Saul Breeze? His name's Saul Silva. Anyway. Okay, I've got Zan back for you. To calm the infection, take you back to school. They need Musa to pour the stuff into his mouth. Oh, because she's out of it. And Tara's like, okay, he's scared, but I'm not. So just focus on me. And then we can get past and let. They're pouring the shit in his mouth. That's a tiny vial. Is that all the Zanbac they have? I mean, I know they were only thinking they were going to need one, but if any other burn one comes up, they've got nothing now because they just poured it into her mouth. She's just been showing the one vial. Maybe she has more, but oh, okay. The black's receding. It's just white now. It's just white with his regular eyes. So the Zanbec, I know. Okay, so it subdues them. Is it calm? I guess puts them out. I don't know. Subdues, but I guess this was even the infection, so it's more common than that. Maybe it brings them back closer to human. So in a fully turned burned one, maybe just it calms them down because whatever the burned one thing is causing them to rage. I don't know, because if the infection is shown by that, why is it receding, like the symptom thing? If it's just like a sedative, then it would just calm down. It doesn't need to interact the infection that way. So I guess it does something to the actual burn one infection that calms down regular burned ones and him. Sounds like, oh, it's going to get dark. So your magic's useful after all, so turn it on. I don't know if it's the same year. She could just turn it on, but I remember there were things in the cartoon where there was a problem if it was too dark because her power was based on light. If there was no light around, that she can't. It was more like she bent it, but even also she gets energy from it. So if there's no light, she had no powers. Now I don't know if that works here because she does seem scared, but I don't know if she's scared of the dark or she just doesn't want to go out into the thing. But I don't know if that's an issue. Oh yeah, she's snapping her fingers. No light's coming. Sal's like, hang on. And she's like, okay, we don't have time for this. Just go back to school and get help. She's trying to light and it's not happening. The thing is, if she kept saying rage and fear are the best things, if her magic was all fueled by fear, it should be lighting up right now then. Because the fear should be powering it, and it's not. But now she has to. She's probably lost in the woods now. He should have walked off and left her alone. So. So I guess she's trying to go back the way they came. There's not really roads there, so. Bloom's still wandering alone. Now it's really light. Now is it dark just because it's dark forest? Because there's definitely beams of light, like God rays going through. So there's definitely light somewhere else, just not here. But Oh, is that the burn with the edge of the path? It's staring at her. She's gonna try and light some fires, and it's fucking running at her. Just. And Bloom's just standing there. Come on. Come on. Okay, fire. Whoa. Just down the trench. But it's running through it. It is a. Here's the thing. It's a burned run, right? Is it actually hurt by fire? If it's already fiery done? It's entirely on fire and it's still coming at her, so. Oh, but then it slid and went right into spikes. And then the fire went out. So, I guess that takes care of that. Or. Oh no, okay. Okay, rescene. The reason the fire is out, because Aisha arrives, because I was like, Aisha's there, and then says, are you alright? So I went back a bit. That explanation, because she was fucking still running at her, all lit on fire, and then there was a splash, and pushes him into these spikes. Which, why are there spikes? There's just like, it looks like woven roots, but then there's a fucking one sharp spike out. Yay, is that natural? Did someone leave that there? Why the fuck is there a spike? Just one singular spike. I don't know. But he's impaled entirely, so it's fine. Aisha saves the day again. Just everyone listen to Aisha, please. Please. She's apparently the only smart one. She's got... He's like, oh, she's like, I have to admit you had more control than I thought you would. And Bloom's like, is that a compliment? You complimenting me right now? Which, I mean, sort of, but also I'm not really totally understanding why you're surprised Aisha was complimenting you. I thought it would, like, if it came from, like, Stella, but Aisha's not really been mean to you. She's just been trying to help. So, let's just get Stella's ring. Where is it? Yeah, because you're looking at someone that looks like they're entirely naked. And then you fried whatever clothes, if they had any, are off. Which I didn't look like they were wearing any. So, where are you going to find that ring? I want to know. I think it's right there. I think it stuck it inside itself. So, yeah. It hid it in its body. Why? And Bloom's like, so are you going to get it? Like, no, because it's like in its ribs. And she's like, no, I did my part, water cannon, so. And was like, no, I thought it was impressive. Maybe you want to finish the job? And so he was like, didn't you, who was it? Who lost Stella's ring again? Oh, I forget. Yeah, Bloom. I mean, you thought this was your mission. I think you should be the one to reach in. If he's gooey from burns, that's your own fault. Well, I mean, possibly also, he's already gooey. I don't know how burned he was. But if he's extra gooey now and crisp, it's your own fault. You're the one who fried him. Just reach in. It's like embedded in his flesh. Also, the thing is, it was so hard to fight them. I don't know if impaling it is the only thing. I mean, maybe fire is the only way to fight burned ones? I don't know. But it's supposed to be really, really hard, right? Is it actually dead, or is it gonna, like, fucking jump scare and get him again? But she's reaching. It's squelching. It says fucking squelch. Oh, she ripped it out. Oh, well, it's dirty as hell, but it got out, so that's like black blood, so it's fine. Oh, okay. So Stella is back at the school. She runs into Sky. Oh, hold on. Right. People came. So, right, where was I? All right. So, Sky comes up. Stella tells him, "Yeah, we were trying to get that burn one because I gotta get my ring back." And his thing is, how is... Pause. Oh, I mean, how are you? You know he was gonna ask about Bloom. That's not a good sign if he's your boyfriend. I don't know if they officially together? I don't know. Because Rick called it and he didn't say anything about it, but Rick's also an asshole. He probably knows he's being an asshole, so I don't want to get into that. And also with Beatrix there. So who knows? But see how this goes. Also told him that the thing got loose, so she's shaky breathing. She's like, I got lost, and then my magic wouldn't work. She's about to cry, I think. He's like, oh, you're back now. Tell me everything that happened. Oh, but then Silva's being Musa and Tara are bringing in Silva. They got back around the same time. I mean, Stella and two of them like with Silva like arm around both of them to help him walk. But back around the same time, which, huh? Okay. Okay. Tara's like, I need a med kit from Bastion, and Beatrix is like, I'll go get the headmistress, because of course, you know. And Dane's gonna help him get into the greenhouse. Wait. I was wondering. Tara just went, Sam, go get Dad. Like, wait, how does he know Sam? How does she know Sam? And then he was like, Dad. Which I didn't track. I just thought she meant get Dad, like, you know, he's my dad. So go get him. But no, Tara's like, he's my brother. Oh, I mean, there was an inkling, but I didn't want to think just because he has Earth powers that he's related to Tara. Just, you know, that seems odd. There could be other Earth fairies, right, that are not related. Apparently not. So Musa's got a shaky thing with Tara, and now she's very interested in her brother. So that'll be a thing. Beatrix is running into. He's Headmaster Silva? I thought there was like usually one, right? This Headmaster or Headmistress, that's the head. And it's Althea. It's not. There's a special building, and then there's the fairy building, but it didn't sound like there was more than one school here. It's one school. That's why she's saying it's my school. But apparently Headmaster Silva is injured. So is it headmaster like a separate headmasters for the specialists and for the fairies? But he's not made decisions by himself. He's definitely always gone to Farragonda. So is it because she's just head of everything, but he is specifically over the specialists? Then he gets the same title? I don't know. Seems odd, but maybe. But anyway, she's running in. Which, by the way, the headmaster's door is open. She just ran in. That is suspicious itself. Because it's just been open. It's been closed most of the time. It's like, so I don't know what happened to him. Oh, and it doesn't look like anything's wrong. Just her there with the assistant. Like maybe that monster thing did it? And they walked right past her because they're going to the incident. They left her alone in the office, and there's a smirk. That's why she wanted to go tell her. She knew they're gonna run out they're gonna run out to go get it. And if there's any extra security measures on that door, for one thing, they didn't activate them before they ran out. But is that a stuffing over? There's like a cloche. It's like without a handle on top, but it's a glass thing. And there's a bird in it. Can't breathe. I guess a model or stuffing of a bird randomly in there. Okay, but she's got her electricity powers out. Beatrix, she's gonna do stuff to that. She wanted to write to that bookcase she's trying to play. Oh, ominous music plays. Yeah, so electric powers just moves it. There's a stone wall. behind it. Dad saying he's proud of Sarah to help because saved the dude's life. They're treating him. And Sky's there. And he's like, "What? Can you help him?" But just tell him to let Harvey do his work. And Farragon comes in and like I should have moved right away. Had more soldiers. I don't know if that would have helped, but and so Silva wants get the teenagers out. You got like secret school business happening. Okay, Farragon sits down and Silva's like in her lap now. Like he's laying down and it's just his top, but still. And the dude's treating him. The burned one got loose before we got there. And I'm saying, the person who walked around the first time when he was looking, before the roar came, was definitely just someone in a cloak. It definitely looked the same attire as Beatrix, so I'm thinking, since Beatrix also wanted this would be a big enough distraction that would get the headmaster's attention and let her in, so she probably let him out. Which is just like, that means she's responsible for all those deaths, so even if it's like, oh, I just want the secrets. No, you did bigger because you killed people for this. He says he saw someone in the road. So, at least, okay, they got that information at least. That, yeah, someone let it loose on purpose. So they're on watch for that then. Yeah, and if you could track who goes through the barrier, that'd be important. Even if you can't build it into the barrier, because I know it may be interfering magic that you can't have the barrier and something built in. But you'd have maybe like just before the line, or just after it. Either way, be able to tell who crosses it, because that seems important. Because if it doesn't matter for like with burned ones, well, they can't cross the barrier anyway. But you'd want, if you're this worried, hopefully, or maybe at least this will make them do it, because you have to track who's going in and out, because the barrier doesn't stop anyone from crossing. They're apparently not telling everyone that crossing it, because they didn't tell Bloom. They didn't tell everyone that you shouldn't cross it. But even the ones who do don't really care. Dude just goes out to smoke past it, even though there's tons of woods within the fucking barrier. But they go outside of it. So if they don't believe that there's a danger, they're just going to keep going. And you've not tracked if anyone is doing that. You need really to track, at least now, because people are just going out. Someone's doing it on purpose, and it's probably someone within the barrier, because they would just go retreat to the safety of it. Everyone's in danger, but you're just... Callum, I think, is her assistant, because it just says Callum. He's found Beatrix in the office, I guess, because it just looks like a stone door. She's not walked in, which means it's not just like a slide thing. So there's probably an extra protection behind just the bookcase, because she's doing electricity again, or she went in and came out. But she's doing electricity, and he's like, "Dude, what's going on here?" Yeah, her hand's just at where you would walk through with electricity. So it's not... There's probably an extra secure thing. She's probably going to have to keep returning to get each thing of security? Maybe. But Callum's at least calling, oh, what are you going to do to Callum, though? Because if you already killed people, let people be killed, or whatever, how I want to phrase that, the burnt ones. There's some kind of magical trap on the door. Yeah, of course she does. It's not just easy as moving the door. She's like, motherfucker, smart move. Yeah. Oh, he's saying smart move. Letting a burned one free, though. Yeah, so Cal decided, yeah, she did it. I said, I mean, I guess it may... anyone who's taken advantage of this seems like the most likely suspect, yeah. Is that important, the way her hair clips are? Her hair... She's got... like those little curly pins, which I think they're wrong in her hair. Unless they're supposed to be... those where it's straight on one side? Like bobby pins, maybe. And it's straight on one side, and then it's wavy. So I think it's supposed to be the wavy is supposed to be at the bottom. to hold the hair when the straight is outside. I don't remember though. Is that how it's supposed to be? Well, she's got the crinkly side up. She's got it in like a triangle, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 down her hair, and it's a bit weird. You don't need it to do like that. But I mean, it could just be aesthetic. But I wonder if it means anything. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a fifth one coming in the back. And Cal just seems amused. Oh, letting her burn one free. And she's just like, oh, I'm gonna take a lesson and assume you have absolutely no idea how to get past Ellie's trap. And he says, I'm not a fairy. Which is why I'm assuming he sent you. Is Callum in on something? It seems like a weirdo. Because he's not at all. Well, for one thing, he came back. He rushed out with Dowling. He's back. He doesn't seem at all phased. He's vaguely amused that she's doing this, but not stunned, not even like wary, because he doesn't have any magic. I mean, possibly specialists have things that can fight magic, maybe, because he would have to, right? But which he doesn't mean he's a specialist. I don't know if all non-fairies go to be specialists. Oh, must be emasculating to be replaced by a teenage girl. He became an assistant, probably to try. So whoever is in charge of both of them, he came to try and get past the magical traps. He's not a fairy, he can't do that, but he is close to her enough to be her assistant. He would have access to everything, but he can't get past magical traps because he's not a fairy. So they got, oh god, okay, but that means someone's in charge. There's someone doing this specifically. There was someone, which doesn't have to be any of the villains from the cartoon, but I got one in my head that had long hair and had a long cloak because he was connected to the kingdom Broom was from, which I don't know if they're doing a kingdom again here, but they could be, and if it is, it could be him, because I think he was related in some way to her being sent away, because he was there. He had similar magics, could be part of the burned one thing. I don't remember what his name is. I just got this weird thing in my head that he totally be a vampire, but I don't think he was. You know how impatient he gets. Oh, okay. So he's like, we gotta get down there. Dowling, Silva, and Harvey. I know he's healing Silva, but he's part of this too. He says, so Dowling, Silva, and Harvey have kept their dirty laundry hidden under the school for 16 years. So again, when the burned ones ended, what did they do? Now, it doesn't mean they're even involved, because they seem confused about how the burned ones end. They don't, or maybe Farragon knows, I'm not sure. But at least, so, and that's right, Harvey was out there. He was the one who took the scrapings of the shepherd that they found. So all of them know, and I guess they're the more high teachers of this place, but I mean, they don't seem to know. At least Syl and Harvey were like confused. Like Rosalind, and even Farrah was saying that Rosalind kept a lot of secrets, so they don't know maybe what happened. Someone else maybe thinks that they do know what happened. Whoever this dude is that hired this, and it's like, oh, it's time for us to air it out. The dirty laundry, I guess. So he's in on it. That would be the prime position. So, she's got all the info about dudes being treated, and Muse and her, I think, are coming back soon. And we should prepare for another Vicious Lexer one. Oh, okay. So Stella's there now. He's like, and Blue's like, well, yo, what happened? 'Cause she wasn't out there that she saw. He's like, I knew Miss Allen would be suspicious why we went out there, so I covered for us. Okay. Gotta keep up the image. Sure. You should be grateful that I did, otherwise we'd be in trouble. Oh, for your mission. Yeah. You're part in this? No? Always can't be her fault at all. Did you get my ring? Yeah. Like, oh, you don't know what I had to do to get this. She's trying to joke. I was like, yeah, how about we never talk about stay again for again? Couldn't you have fried her to a crisp? She's so annoying. I hate her so much. Oh, it's Guy's there now. I guess he just walks into the dorm. I mean, I guess because your girlfriend was there. I'm assuming you went with her because there's 4 other girls who live here and this is their space. So I'm not sure why you're in their living room, but okay. Oh, so him and Bloom are just looking at each other. Hey, and then so it's like, Sky, come, basically just like nodding into my bedroom. It's wide open door. Fuck. Uh, and Stella's just like, looking at her. Well, close the door. Oh my fucking god. But really not cool because apparently Aisha just walks around in the morning without any underwear under her short robe. So I mean, letting you do it in there without telling her is a bit not great. But whatever. I think it's okay. They're having conversations like, oh, you know what, because Aisha's like at the risk of saying, having you hate me again. I guess I'm gonna make a comment about Sky. I don't know because she was right there, but she's like, oh, it's like I never hated you. So everything was out. My life was out of control, and it's like was out of control. It's still fucking out of control. You got no control just because you fried that thing. Probably going by Stella's thing. You don't have control. The way she's talking was like anything that happened in the past. Oh, like day is still. It's not really in the past. You don't have control now. Okay, bringing up the fact that Bloom wandered off at the barn. And she said, I don't know why. She felt something? A connection to that thing. To the burned one? And then she cooked it. Oh. She was talking about she feel the magic opening of motion, blah, 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 and then she was like, she just froze in the middle. She just went, it's new and kind of scary, but. And just stared. So. Okay. And she's just like, oh, but what? And turned around and. Oh! Her eyes are entirely white! Not like the dude where it was still the color of regular eyes, but the whites were black. No, this is entirely fully white. Iris and everything. Oh. Oh no, wait, it's like white on white because you could see like the more where the color is and that is like a more intense white than the white, so it's more like her iris changed white. Woo! Created by Speedweed. Is that a name? Okay. Maybe I read that wrong. It looked like speed weed, and then it just went past. Like, what is it? Everyone on weed when they made this? Oh, and then I missed it again because it came out. Maybe that's just someone's name. Maybe I shouldn't be saying things about someone's name, but I'm confused on what I just saw. Anyway, so the credits are up. That's why I saw you. But and it's almost 3 hours. Why is this one longer? I'm so sorry. Um, okay. So to wrap up here, um, I'm growing more and more to hate Stella, which sucks because I'm not saying she was like, I don't know if I had a favorite fairy, but she was nice, and now she's worse. And maybe the vulnerability around her fucking boyfriend is actual vulnerability, and she feels safe with him, and that's why she's doing it. Same time, I'm just like, I don't know. It could be true, but I'm like struggling to find what's genuine there because she apparently, like I said, you're hearing how good she is from other people, and she felt guilt because of what other people said she did. And this dude saying, "Oh, she's really nice," but even his father figure's like, "Well, is she? Like, you know her." So you go back to her because she's familiar, but do you actually want to? But then he also discomfort leads to growth, which I'm like, I don't really think that's meant to be what's happening there. It's just not, it's not. I still want to know what's going on. I am interested in that way. I'm just wondering when I'm gonna feel like, when am I gonna feel like I should support Stella in anything? I see it's a mom issue, but it's again that when you have the issue and then you take it out on everyone else, it's like, well, then it's, yeah. I don't know why Bloom is support. What is this? I don't know why Bloom is supporting. Not Bloom, not supporting. Taking advice from Stella. Stella's definitely in it for herself, and I just don't know why you're this person who's not been nice to you at all. And why you're taking her advice over someone who is being nice to you. You know? It's just like apparently like official thing, but I guess maybe she's distrusting of Dowling for telling her the positive emotions are, but that's the same message everyone is getting. So if everyone's been getting that message and everyone's going to be able to do magic, and then you take advice from this bitch who apparently it's just, why is she the one you listen to? Why is she the one you trust with all this stuff? Why? It just doesn't make sense to me. And anyway, thing with Musa and the dude's cute. It is, like I was thinking, that it's someone who's calmer, apparently. I don't know if it's specifically because that's how he is, that he is a calmer person, and it's reflected in how he sounds to her, which I am interested in that whole, because again, it's not really said. It's just suddenly in that conversation with him that it's, oh yeah, it's apparently I sound a certain way, but you didn't say anyone sounded like music before that conversation. But I mean, is maybe that they're trying to do show don't tell, that they made a weird comment about, that they don't want to have her tell. Well, the thing is, you could. This is the reason why they have things like a person outsider of the world come in, and you have to and you get it explained that way, because that's how it works. It's not a new world for Terra, but it is, every individual magic is different, so you can have that conversation of, yeah, the people sound this way, but it sounds like maybe she had the conversation with everyone else, they just don't want to tell you. Just like, oh, they're burned ones. And I assume they told, then it's a cut. And I guess they maybe told Bloom what they are off screen, but they didn't fucking tell us. They just decided, yeah, you're just gonna figure it out later. But it's like, wait, the main character got the information, but the audience is not gonna get it. Why? What do they know about burned ones? Or is it just, oh, well, is it the same thing that if you get cut, you get infection? But I feel like if burned ones were such a big thing, I mean, it's before they were born, but if it's such a big thing that you know that they have a barrier, wouldn't you have, like, at least figured out what the hell they were? The fact that it's here now is all gossip, right? Because they're trying to hide that. That they existed and this barrier's there to keep them out means there's information on them and why they needed a barrier to keep them out, and that's not telling anyone. Oh, hi! Oh, honey, here you go. Hello, people. Seeing my kitty. This is baby Salem. Salem, say hi. You look like a shadow even here. Okay. Just wandering by. Bye. Yoink. But yeah, I don't... And this whole thing with Dane and... Like, what? Again, are we supposed to support Riven in any way? Saying that, yeah, you're trying to make someone feel bad about themselves to make them be cool. And you're trying to poke things, the fact that he's gay, or at least is attracted to men, and apparently you're like, oh, that's cool, but I'm gonna make him feel bad about it anyway. Like, that's okay, but that's not cool. It's just you being a dick. I'm like, so I kind of want Stella and Riven to die in a fire. Like, I don't know how seriously, but someone at least needs to punch him at some point. I feel like, apparently, lots of people thought Riven should have been punched, even within the specialist class, because they gave him black eyes, because, yeah, he's been a dick. And when you're learning to fight people, and you're put into to rings to learn fighting, you're gonna get your ass kicked. People are gonna take that out on you. I don't. Why? Anyway, I should probably end this at this point. It's just gonna be me ranting some more about things that maybe will come up later. I'll figure out who is the mastermind of all of this. Who the fuck Rosalind is? Is she dead? Maybe she's dead because she's not here. They would have been contacting her, right? So she probably died. Or maybe she didn't. Maybe she's like, oh, well, we don't need to bother her with this until it's a bigger deal, even though she apparently supposedly killed all of them. But she is dead. At least that is that explanation. And then I'm like, well, wait, what? Well, who is this dude who's doing this? Why apparently are the 30 teachers involved in hiding something? Was this dude who hired them part of the school at some point? You gotta get in. Anyway. Okay, so I gotta stop this now. Because it's almost 3 hours long. I hope this is enough entertainment for you, Abby, when you're on trips. 3 hours? How is this longer? I thought the other one would have been longer because I then kept taking breaks to explain lore. But apparently I stopped enough to rant in the middle for this to be 3 hours. 1 hour episode. An extra hour long. Okay. So we got Sail 1 for a bit though, right? You see that, kitty? The other one went downstairs, so he's not here. Maybe Sebby will come up at some point. I gotta go. Maybe eat something. Wait the amount of time I've been trying to get this online. I don't know. So, yeah. Okay. I don't know how much more awkward I can make this, so let's just stop.